The other thing is, Todd Monken came out and was excited about Shedeur Sanders. He was excited about him with the Ravens as a develop. Remember, he had Lamar Jackson, so he probably sees some things. The other thing is, Scott, he's 60 years old. It's his first shot as a NFL head coach. He can't afford to tie himself to a starting quarterback that he's not certain of.
I agree. And, maybe the organization has a different thought on that. And, they convinced Todd Monken, and Monken likes Sanders enough that they think that's their best plan. But I completely agree with you. I just think if you look at the facts, right? The older he is, first time head coach, like you mentioned, I think those are valid points. You don't know how long this job's going to be. I mean, if they start Shedeur Sanders, he's not any good, or whatever, he gets hurt, whatever it is, and they go 2-15, there's a chance Todd Monken doesn't get year 2, right? Or he gets it, but there's a new GM, or he gets a new GM and the new GM wants a new coach, right? So there's nothing guaranteed in this league. Todd Monken knows that. He's been around long enough. He's not going to tie himself to a quarterback that he doesn't trust, which makes me think the answer is outside the building.
Yeah, and again, I don't have any issues at all with Shedeur Sanders. I saw some of the plays, and I think you would agree. There's some really good stuff there, but man, there are catastrophic sacks and catastrophic turnovers that have to be cleaned up if you're going to win football games in the NFL at a consistent level.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right about that. I think it comes down to skill set as well. Does he have the requisite skill set to be a top 12 quarterback in this league? Right? Like, I think he can go and start for teams and win some games, but they're not looking for just a guy to win some games. Can he be a top 12 guy? Is his arm big enough? Is he a good enough athlete? Does he process the defenses fast enough? Right? All those things we saw improvement in. And, I think we saw some good deep balls, and he's got a history of accuracy, which didn't necessarily show up a ton in his 7 starts. We saw him escape, but he's not Lamar Jackson, right? So it just feels like there's some limitations in his game, and maybe he can outplay those limitations, but there is a reason he fell to the 5th round. I mean, there's multiple reasons, but, all those things I think are added into the evaluation process when you're talking about Shedeur and the future of this quarterback position.
And I would guess, Todd Monken is of the mindset, if he comes out and plays well and earns that, great. I got one problem solved, and then I can turn my attention to the rest of it. There is no agenda coming in. But you also can't say, okay, you're my guy.
No, but that's why it's tricky, right? Like, if you're going to bring in somebody from the outside, unless it's a draft pick, right? You could draft somebody, whether it's 6 or 24 or 2nd or 3rd round. Like, you could add a young guy to the mix and then, see who develops. They could do that. But if you go get a Malik Willis or a Mac Jones or Daniel Jones or somebody of that ilk, right? David or Derek Carr, who might want to come back, right? If you get somebody like that, then you're saying he's the guy. So you have to feel comfortable that he is the guy. If not, then it's, okay, let's see what happens. Let's see how the offseason goes. And they might wind up doing that because they don't like the other options. That's just a tough way to go. We saw it last year. When you don't know who that quarterback's going to be, it puts your coach in a tough spot. And if you don't feel great on May 1st, who your quarterback is, it doesn't necessarily get any easier than that. And then it might just be, okay, Shedeur, go prove that you're the guy, which could turn out to be great. Like I said, he's got a lot of potential. But if it doesn't go well, then where are you as a coach, as an offense, as an organization?